All right, welcome back. Wave 105, we're bringing you your tsunami advisory report. And so we got an update from the Office of Homeland Security and Civil Defense. As of 1 p.m., the U.S. Geological Survey recorded an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 8.0 that was later upgraded to a magnitude of 8.7 that occurred about 133 kilometers southeast of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, which is in Russia, with a depth of about 74 kilometers at 9:24 a.m. Based on the available data from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, a tsunami advisory remains in effect for Guam, Leyte, Tinian, and Saipan. Based on all available data, there is a threat of sea level fluctuations and strong ocean currents that could be hazardous along beaches, in harbors, and in coastal waters. Potential wave impacts could be 1 to 3 feet in coastal areas with strong currents. The earliest estimated time that hazardous sea level fluctuations and strong currents may begin in Guam, Leyte, Tinian, or Saipan is 2:37 p.m. Estimated times of arrival of the initial tsunami wave are given in statement here in Patty Point, Guam, about 2:51 p.m. Pago Bay, 2:53 p.m. In Arahan, 2:53 p.m. Apra Harbor, 2:57 p.m. There's a release from the United States Coast Guard Forces Micronesia, and it states that the U.S. Coast Guard captain of the port set Guam and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Island ports to heavy weather condition Yankee today at 11:30 a.m., affecting commercial vessels at over 200 gross tons in response to a tsunami advisory triggered by a major earthquake off of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. The captain of the port is actively communicating with port partners to ensure the safety of the port and facilitate a smooth resumption of commerce following the event. The U.S. Geological Survey recorded the earthquake with a preliminary magnitude again of 8.0, which was later upgraded to 8.7. The quake struck Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, Russia, at 9:24 a.m. Port heavy weather condition Yankee set by the captain of the port signals that hazardous conditions such as strong ocean currents and sea level fluctuations. This affects commercial vessels at or over 200 gross tons, which must cease cargo operations and leave the ports with no new vessels permitted to enter. The captain of the port anticipates setting port heavy weather conditions Zulu at 2 p.m., and the ports in Marianas and Marianas will be closed to all traffic. No maritime-related terminal, facility, vessel, or marina operations will be permitted. Available data indicates a potential threat to Guam, Leyte, Tinian, and Saipan from sea level fluctuations and strong ocean currents, posting hazardous along beaches, in harbors, and in coastal waters. Hazardous sea level fluctuations and strong currents could begin as early as 2 p.m. in Guam, Leyte, Tinian, or Saipan. Residents are advised to stay out of the water and move at least 100 feet inland and 50 feet up from beaches and harbors. Tsunami safety measures include avoiding low-lying coastal areas, following evacuation orders if issued, and monitoring updates from local authorities as waves may arrive in sets and persist for hours. U.S. Coast Guard cutters and small boats are getting underway as needed to ride out the event offshore, where it is safer than remaining in port and risking being set aground. They will return after any impacts and be ready to conduct assessments and surveys of the coasts and ports. And once again, that is the release that came out earlier today from the U.S. Coast Guard. And so, let me see here. We've got other updates again from Community First Guam Federal Credit Union. They are closing their branch today at 1:30 due to the tsunami advisory. The Bank of Guam has closed their branch as early as 12:30 p.m. For Guam and CNMI in response to the tsunami advisory. Also, their Familia Contact Center has closed at 12:30 p.m. until further notice. 1:16 p.m. We're also tracking the National Weather Service. They're set to go live. I'm still watching them on their Facebook account. They could be going live at any moment. You don't see it on your end, right?
No, I'm refreshing.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. So some of the national stories have already come out, right? This one from from the Associated Press that stated a magnitude of 8.8, an 8.8 earthquake struck off of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. It was July 29 for them, triggering tsunami alerts for the entire U.S. West Coast and prompting evacuation warnings in Hawaii. The U.S. Geological Survey said the earthquake was recorded at 7:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, about 78 miles east-southeast of the Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, Russia. The agency said the quake was shallow at a depth of about 11 miles. A tsunami warning was in place for Hawaii and along Alaska's remote Aleutian Islands. A tsunami could cause damage along coastlines of all islands in Hawaii, the Weather Service said, adding urgent action should be taken to protect lives and property. A tsunami is a long series of waves that may extensively flood coastal area and present dangers that could continue for many hours after the initial waves arrive. All shores are at risk in Hawaii no matter which direction they face. Residents in the Aleutian Islands were advised to move out of the water and away from beaches, harbors, marines, and inlets. Tsunamis can generate strong waves and currents, with waves that may last up to 45 minutes as it encroaches and recedes. The warning center stated coasts facing all directions are threatened because the waves can wrap around the islands and headland and head into bays. The warning center also issued a tsunami watch for the West Coast, including southern Alaska, British Columbia, Washington State, Oregon, and California, including the Los Angeles harbor. The watch extends inland along the Salish Sea in Washington to Port Angeles, Port Townsend, and Bellingham. A meteorologist, Reed Wolcott, said this is a significant, real event. The imminent threat is for Alaska and areas near the quake. The National Tsunami Warning Center needs additional observation information before it is known about the threat to the U.S. West Coast. It will take time for ocean buoys and other observations to come in so that the tsunami warning centers can make a forecast with real data, Wolcott said. And so they also provide some updates for coastal areas in Hawaii. The tsunami warning was issued for Hawaii, according to the state's Department of Emergency Management. The agency estimated that the first tsunami wave will arrive at 7:17 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. And so in what they're saying in Hawaii is that a tsunami has been generated that could cause damage along coastlines of all islands in the state of Hawaii. Urgent action should be taken to protect lives and property. The Honolulu Department of Emergency Management called for the evacuation of some coastal areas in Hawaii. Destructive tsunami waves are expected, the Honolulu Department of Emergency Management had said on their Twitter account, or formerly known as Twitter, right? The tsunami warning for Alaska includes coastal areas from Attu to Samalga Pass. The tsunami advisory has been expanded to areas from Samalga Pass to Chignik Bay. Expected tsunami start times in Alaska included 6:45 p.m. in Alaska and Sandpoint at 8 p.m. Sandpoint at 7:25 p.m. and then at Cold Bay 8 p.m. For the West Coast, Possible tsunami start time stretch from 8:20 p.m. local time in Kodiak, Alaska, southward along the coast to La Jolla, California, where tsunami activity would be expected to begin at 1:15 a.m. in California. And then they provide updates, just like how our own National Weather Service Office of Homeland Security has provided expected times for some of these these flows of the currents to be coming in. They've done that for places like Alaska, British Columbia, Washington State, Oregon, California. And so the Associated Press also provided updates for the tsunami alerts in Japan, and then also for us here in Guam. So the Japan Weather Agency upgraded its warning, saying it expected tsunami waves of up to 10 feet to reach large coastal areas starting around 10 a.m. local time in Japan. The U.S. Tsunami Warning System also issued a warning of hazardous tsunami waves within the next 3 hours along some coasts of Russia, Japan, and Hawaii. There was a tsunami watch that was in effect for us, Guam, but we know now from our own Office of Homeland Security that has been upgraded to an advisory. So I'm not going to share what the Associated Press put out because it hasn't been updated. And so I'll just pull again from the update from our own Office of Homeland Security and Civil Defense, right? So based on the available data from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, a tsunami advisory remains in effect for Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan. Based on all available data, there is a threat of sea level fluctuations and strong ocean currents that could be hazardous along beaches, in harbors, and in coastal waters. Potential wave impacts could be 1 to 3 feet in coastal areas with strong currents. The earliest estimated time that hazardous sea level fluctuations and strong currents may begin for Guam, Rota, Tinian, or Saipan is 2:37 p.m. They also provided estimated times of arrival for initial tsunami waves. And so again, Pati Point at 2:51 p.m. today, Pagu Bay at 2:53 p.m. today, Inarajan 2:53 p.m., and Apra Harbor 2:57 p.m. Getting alerts also from the Judiciary of Guam. Let me pull that up for you. Trying to pull it up. I just saw the alert coming in from the judiciary. I'm just trying to... doesn't look like it's coming up for my... I'll try my phone. Okay. So from the Judiciary of Guam, they have closed... They will be closing at 1:30 p.m. due to the tsunami advisory. According to the Guam Office of Homeland Security and Civil Defense, hazardous sea level changes and strong currents may begin as early as 2:37 p.m. This early closure will allow employees, court patrons, and the public adequate time to prepare and or evacuate to higher ground if necessary. All hearings, jury trials, jury selections, grand jury proceedings scheduled for today and any day after this date until the judicial branch is ordered to reopen has been rescheduled. Magistrate hearings will be held at the earliest practical opportunity following the reopening of the court. Check-ins, drug testing, and appointments with the probation services division shall be rescheduled. Individuals under pretrial or probation supervision, including juvenile, should await further instructions from their probation officers and continue to comply with all other requirements. If a court filing is due while the court is closed, then the time for filing is extended until the end of the first accessible day that is not Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday. The judiciary will continue to monitor the situation closely and provide updates as they become available. So it's 1:26 now. The judiciary of Guam is scheduled to close at 1:30 p.m. today in response to the island remaining under a tsunami advisory. Again, our number is 671-922-1051. If you own a business, if you're an employer, manager, if you'd like to call in and share with us some updates about whether your store, your business is going to be closing, feel free. You can also text us. I'm going to send you Crystal Paco San Augustine, the communications director.
Okay.
Let me send you something.
Hafa Adai, Crystal.
Rather than just play it,
Hafa Adai, Crystal Paco.
I'm going to send it to you. I'm trying to get it over to you. I don't know if I have to keep playing it, but we'll get that message from the Office of the Governor, Director of Communications, Crystal Paco San Augustine. We'll play it over the air, and then also, like I said, we are tracking the U.S. National Weather Service Guam's Facebook account. They're scheduled to go live any moment. I don't think they have yet. And we'll jump on their feed and air it on our station as well. So let's see here. And as soon as we play this, we'll go to break. Okay, I just sent it to you, Isa. So this is the latest from Crystal Paco San Augustine, the communications director of the Office of the Governor, saying that our island remains under a tsunami advisory. Stay out of the water, move to higher ground. If you're in a low-lying area, unless specifically instructed, GovGuam operations remain open. For verified updates, follow the National Weather Service Guam on Facebook. And when they're stating that GovGuam operations remain open, it should still be noted, like I had mentioned, that the judiciary of Guam has already mentioned that they are closing right now, 1:30 p.m. They're closing. GWA has also sent a message out too, stating that their office is, let me just make sure I get this right. The Halali customer service office closed at noon today. All right, so here is the message from the Office of the Governor.
Hafa Adai, Crystal Paco San Augustine from the Office of the Governor of Guam. Here's the latest as of Wednesday, 1 p.m., July 30, 2025. At this time, Guam remains in a tsunami advisory watch. We have not yet been elevated to a tsunami warning. What this means for you at home, it means if you are in a coastal area, get to higher ground, at least 100 feet inland and 50 feet up, and please stay out of the water. Unless specifically instructed, the government of Guam remains in operations until further notice. For more information, check out the National Weather Service Guam Facebook page.
All right, there's the latest from the Office of the Governor. Also, we did get confirmation that Tomorrow Village will not be open today. So Wednesday night market over at Tomorrow Village, they have canceled the Wednesday night market. I got the update from the director of Tomorrow Affairs, who oversees Tomorrow Village. They are securing Tomorrow Village now, and so the Wednesday night market has been canceled. Let me see here, because some of these other statements are coming in. The Office of the Attorney General are closed. Operations have been shut down, and so they will resume. The Office of the Attorney General will resume operations tomorrow, July 31st at 8 a.m. So Another government agency or the Office of the Attorney General have also closed their office, and they will resume again tomorrow at 8 a.m. Like I said, you can WhatsApp us any information. You can call in as well, and we'll share that. Obviously, if you WhatsApp, what will happen is Issa will probably just get a couple more respond, just so we can confirm for sure, right? Because we want to do our due diligence as well, just to make sure that that what is being texted to us is accurate information. So if you do plan on texting, just be aware that we'll send back a response or a question for you to respond to, so we can just confirm accuracy. All right, we'll take the break. 1:32 p.m. Once again, this is Wave 105 providing you your tsunami advisory report right here on the Talk of Guam.
CBS News Brief. Russians in the largest East Coast city near the epicenter of an 8.7 magnitude earthquake ran into the streets where cars and balconies swayed. Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant is evacuated. And in Honolulu, where tsunami warning sirens blare, Ben Gutierrez with KGMB TV says,
if you have a chance to, do not leave the Waianae coast. If you can, go further inland and not cause a traffic backup. Think this out. If you've got friends or relatives who are in higher ground, try and get a hold of them.
There are tsunami warnings for Alaska and watches for the western U.S. coast from Washington down to Southern California. 2 weeks after swimming in South Carolina's Lake Murray, 12-year-old Jason Carr died from a brain-eating amoeba. CBS Chanel Call.
This kind of amoeba, we should mention, thrives in warm, fresh water. And today, the family is saying they want to see some policy changes when it comes to the testing in bodies of water. They say, look, their beaches are being tested for water quality, but their lakes are not.
CBS News Brief.
The economy shades of gray. I'm Mark Hamrick with a Bankrate.com Personal Finance Minute. The Federal Reserve has released its latest look at the economy. It's called the Beige Book, and the takeaway is this: things are moving, but not racing ahead. Economic activity across the country ticked up slightly in early summer. Some areas seeing modest growth. Others were flat or even dipped a bit. Shoppers are being more selective with their spending, especially outside of big-ticket items like cars, which have slowed after the rush to buy ahead of tariffs. Job growth, it's there, just barely. Employers are still cautious about hiring, although there are more people applying for jobs and fewer folks quitting. Wages are up modestly, continuing a slow, steady climb. Prices are rising too. That's because of higher costs for goods tied to tariffs and insurance. Some businesses are passing those increases along, others are holding back to avoid losing customers. The big picture, the economy's treading water, uncertainty remains a headwind. For more, check out Bankrate.com. I'm Mark Hamrick.
I'm Larry Magid with the Connect Safely report. According to the National Sleep Foundation, teenagers need between 8 and 10 hours of sleep a night, sometimes as much as 11 hours. But fewer than 20% report getting even 8 to 10 hours. And their phone use at night could be part of the problem. Connect Safely Education Director Carrie Gallagher suggests you start by dimming their phone screen.
Bright lights prevent our brains from producing melatonin and make it harder for us to fall asleep naturally. Dimming the lights an hour before bed can allow that to happen.
And avoid content that could overstimulate.
Use our screens before bed for calm content only. Avoid social media drama or action-packed shows or video games.
And these tips can also apply to adults. You'll find more at connectsafely.org/radio. With the Connect Safely report, I'm Larry Magid for CBS News.
Starbucks is requiring corporate employees to work from the office. It's part of a slow but steady trend. I'm Jeff Colvin of Fortune magazine with the Fortune Business Update. Starbucks CEO Brian Niccol came on board last fall to turn around the company's performance. And now he says office employees must work from the office at least 4 days a week. Plus, so-called people leaders must relocate to Seattle or Toronto within 12 months. Niccol says we do our best work when we're together. At J.P. Morgan Chase, managing directors have been required to work in person 5 days a week since 2023. Amazon now requires that all employees work in the office 5 days a week. Dell this year mandated 5 days a week in the office for those living near a company location. Bosses have decided, like it or not, we humans work best when we're physically together. I'm Jeff Colvin.
Delete your data fast. This is Soundbites, and I'm Alan Davidson. When you Google yourself, you probably find information you'd rather not have on the web. With hundreds of information brokers and people searchers online, most people give up on trying to get their data deleted, and most of these services bank on it. But what you can't do one at a time, opt-out services do in bulk. The downside? It'll cost you money. Optory.com promises to delete you from over 300 people searchers for $4 a month. Meanwhile, companies like DeleteMe and Aura.com charge around $125 per year to scan more sites or more thoroughly. Some even include identity theft insurance. Whatever you decide, always remember that even if you don't think you use the internet much, your information is definitely out there. With Soundbites, I'm Alan Davidson for CBS News.
One pill can kill. Fake pills often contain fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl, equivalent to a few grains of salt, to be lethal. Fake pills are often sold on social media platforms, making them available to anyone with a smartphone.
Talk early and often to youth about the dangers of misusing prescription drugs and the lethal dangers of counterfeit drugs laced with fentanyl.
Stay informed, stay safe. One pill can kill.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the radio stations of Glimpses Media Group, Wave 105 FM and Power 98.
Hafa Adai, Pauly Suba. Don't forget to catch The Bright Side every weekday afternoon from 2 to 6 on Wave 105. From big laughs to big issues, if it's happening on island, we're breaking it down with island leaders, business owners, and you. I want to send so much love to our sponsors, MicroPack, Local Jerk, GTA, Sherwin-Williams Paint, Chili's, and Subway. Take a break from all of that shade and join the bright side on Wave 105.
Bolt your doors, lock your windows, turn off your lights, and come with me into the Weird Darkness. I'm Darren Marlar, the host of Weird Darkness, every Thursday night from 6 to 8 here on Wave 105.1. Every week on Weird Darkness, you'll hear 2 hours of stories of the paranormal, supernatural, legends, lore, crime, conspiracy, mysterious, macabre, unsolved, and unexplained. Weird Darkness, this Thursday night at 6 on Wave 105.1.
Political status impacts almost every aspect of our lives on Guam, but many are unaware of our right to self-determination and decolonization. What does it mean, and how can it improve our quality of life? Join the conversation, ask some questions, and learn more about your right to self-determination and the 3 legitimate political status options for Guam. Tune in to Challenge the Status Quo every Monday from 10 a.m. to noon on Wave 105.1 FM, presented in partnership with the Commission on Decolonization and Glimpses Media.
Hafa Adai, Guam. Engage in a conversation made for the veterans of Guam with Johnny and Miss Bobby. We want to hear concerns and comments. Tune in every Wednesday for our new time, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Wave 105, the Talk of Guam.
One pill can kill. Fake pills often contain fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl, equivalent to a few grains of salt, to be lethal. Fake pills are often sold on social media platforms, making them available to anyone with a smartphone.
Talk early and often to youth about the dangers of misusing prescription drugs and the lethal dangers of counterfeit drugs laced with fentanyl.
Stay informed, stay safe. One pill can kill.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the radio stations of Glimpses Media Group, Wave 105 FM and Power 98.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show hosts, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.
All right, welcome back. Wave 105, my name is Pauly Suba. We're providing you the Tsunami Advisory Report, and which is probably just going to go right into the 2 o'clock hour when we officially start the bright side, right? But there was a update. I want to say this was even before. I don't think that it has anything to do with the advisory, but Guam Community College has postponed their 2K, 5K Strides for Scholarships event. So that was scheduled for Saturday, August 2nd at the Tomorrow Village, and they have postponed it. And so, we've got the president of Tomorrow Affairs on right now. I was just talking to him on WhatsApp. Hafa Adai, president of Tomorrow Affairs, Melvin Wampat Bora. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you right now.
Hey, Pauly. Sorry I was unavailable earlier.
No worries. I was good with you just telling me you're securing, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. But now that I do have you on the air, if you don't mind sharing with our audience, those that we're preparing, maybe some vendors or heading down. We've got people that are off island or from off island that have come just for the Wednesday night market, and so maybe you can give us an update.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you know, we elevated from a tsunami watch to a tsunami advisory.
Right.
There's been no official notice to evacuate, but they are advising that people seek higher ground and prepare. But we did get notice recently to instructions to secure all low-lying government agencies, and so we pretty much had to clear the Chamorro Village and the Guam Museum since they're both very close to the coastline.
Okay.
But the notice we're really just going out to the vendors and notifying them of the elevated status to advisory, and just notifying them that this is something to keep an eye out for. But we're not being instructed to evacuate anyone from those areas. So all we can really do is notify them that it's that we've been instructed to shut down the low-lying government agencies, and so because Chamorro Village is right on the coast, we had to secure that facility. So there are still vendors that are clearing their areas. Some of them may make the decision to stick around and wait it out until they hear otherwise. But that's the choice that they'll make on their own. And so we're just kind of the public information from Civil Defense and Homeland Security on the latest of the tsunami monitoring. But as of now, the Guam Museum and the Chamorro Village are closed for operation.
So just for clarity, if we get an all clear at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., are you going to open up for the Wednesday night market?
Well, our instructions are that if we get an all clear at 3 p.m., then it's government business as usual. So if we're issued the all clear at that time, then I will instruct all of my employees to return to the work site. But the part that we can't predict is whether or not vendors will come back. Some vendors, they start setting up in the daytime, in the morning, and then they're ready to go by the evening. And so for some of these vendors that are packing it up, it's not worth it for them to drive back in and try to set up before people start coming in at 5. So there's no way to predict how many vendors will return if we are given the all clear. And so unfortunately, we're just going to have to play it by ear in the afternoon when we get further instructions.
Understood. Okay. So it's fair to say then, moving forward, that we're just going to wait. We're just going to continue to stand by and get updates, and then we'll hear from you for an official response as we get closer. And then
once we're given if we're given an all clear at 3 p.m., then my team at the Chamorro Village will assess how many vendors are still ready to open and operate. And if vendors are in place and we got the all clear, then it'll be business as usual. Obviously if no vendors show up, then there is no night market. So we'll have to make that call later in the afternoon when we get that notice.
Right.
And of course we're praying that this is we're all just going to be taking precautions, and it'll be all hope. The hope is that it's all for naught, right?
Sure.
Obviously, if a tsunami does make landfall, then the situation changes drastically. So we'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah.
In general, we're going to treat this like a typhoon. We don't
Understood.
know how severe a storm will be, but nonetheless, we prepare accordingly.
Yeah.
And we hope that it's just banana tree storm and nothing more. But in the event that it escalates, it's always best to be prepared.
Understood. And so you're already seeing some vendors packing it up?
Oh, the majority of vendors have already started packing up. Even a lot of the Wednesday night vendors who are not in buildings and come down with trailers or trucks, a lot of them have already cleared out. So there are still some vendors that are down there at the facility because they're still working to clear their area. But the majority of the tenants who are housed in buildings and the tenants or the customer or the vendors that are in pop-up tents or trailers have already cleared. Yeah.
Understood. You oversee the the public library system too, right?
I do not.
Oh, you don't?
I did. I was
Okay.
the acting director at the library, but the acting director is now Angie Tidegui with Kaha.
Okay. We'll reach out to them and see where they're at too. But I really appreciate this, Mr. President. Thank you for the time and the opportunity. Anywhere else that is under your purview that you can share? I know you got the Commission on Decolonization.
Just those two, the Commission on Decolonization, but the governor's office was given the notice to suspend operations from 1 o'clock to 3.
Yeah.
So that whole facility and complex has been closed since 1.
Okay.
The other facility that we operate is the Guam Cultural Repository, which is in higher ground up in Manila,
Right.
in the university.
Yeah.
But we've, also given those employees notice to start, making preparations with their families. We're, just trying to be considerate of our government employees. They also have families.
Yes.
A lot of them live away from the work site in further areas down south or up north, or some of them live on coastal areas. So we want to give them an opportunity to secure their families as well.
I thank you for this, President. I appreciate the opportunity
Absolutely.
for the
No
updates.
problem.
Yeah?
You guys be safe.
Okay. Take care.
Okay. You
All
too.
right.
Yes.
We'll stay connected to the office of the governor. We'll stay connected to a number of these directors and administrators because things can change, right? But I think out of an abundance of caution, they are, again, not evacuating anybody, but vendors are already choosing over at the Tomorrow Village to pack up and leave. And so there's no guarantee that they're going to come back. So if you are still really looking forward to the Wednesday night market, and I know some family members of mine are, just continue to stay updated with us. And whatever information we get, we will share as soon as we get it, right? And things can change. Things can go back to normal by 4 p.m. But we don't know just yet. As soon as we continue to track this, it's very unusual to get these kinds of advisories. But when you look at the magnitude, I mean, because this one came all the way from Russia, when you look at the magnitude, 8.7, it's pretty intense, right? And so everybody, and not just us here in Guam and the CNMI, but you saw how states, Hawaii, Alaska, California, Washington, based on the reports that are coming in, I shared with you how they are addressing it, how they are responding. And so it has affected many regions in the Pacific, right? Japan as well. So again, we'll continue to keep you updated right here on Wave 105. And so you heard that we actually never left the airwaves, right? We went from Patty Arroyo's show to Vet Talk with Uncle Johnny, Auntie Bobby, Charlie Hermosa, and then Issa's been hanging out since 10. And then Patty came back on the radio with Kyle, and then I jumped on around 1 p.m. And so we're really just here for you, our community, our audience, and we appreciate you tuning in to us here on Wave 105. And if there is any other updates, if you are an employer, please feel free to utilize us as a service. This is really just a PSA, right? A public service announcement. You want to tell us that you're open. You want to tell us that you're closed. You want to tell us anything for that matter that could be affecting your employees or your customers. Feel free. 671-922-1051 or 1052. We do have the WhatsApp. If you do text it in, we'll probably send you back a text just so we can confirm the authenticity of the message, right? And so we really appreciate you tuning in. Got another update from GVB. Please be advised that a tsunami advisory is currently in effect for Guam. Out of an abundance of caution and to ensure the safety of our team, the Guam Visitors Bureau office will close today at 1 p.m. All employees shall work from home for the afternoon. All staff should take this time to return home safely and monitor updates from the Guam Homeland Security Office of Civil Defense and the National Weather Service. Please prioritize your safety and the safety of your families. For further updates, there will be more communication. We actually, on the bright side, we were scheduled for a interview with the Guam Visitors Bureau, and that was regarding the Tumon night market that is set to come back this Sunday and every Sunday thereafter, right? So I'm going to make contact with the Guam Visitors Bureau and see if that conversation is still going to happen. Whether it's in studio, I'll take a call, but then understanding that I see this release from the Guam Visitors Bureau that everybody is working from home. So I want to keep everybody safe, understanding that that's not until about 3:30. I'll stay in contact, and whether we have them in studio or we have them over the phone, we'll keep you updated. So 1:52 in the afternoon. The other one was we're tracking the U.S. National Weather Service Guam's Facebook account because they were set to go live. They have not gone live yet, right? Unless I've been blocked from them.
Let me refresh.
No, they are. They've gone live to 12 minutes ago. So you want to jump on there?
Yeah, sure. We'll just play it right now.
Yeah, just play it as we got it. We're going to join them right now, and so we're going to bring that to our audience as well here on 105.1 FM and the wave.com. Now I'm all messed up. Wave 105.1 FM. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
This is the press release issued at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Guam and Tsunami remain in a tsunami advisory. Stay out of the water, away from the coast. The USGS recorded an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 8.0 that was later upgraded to a magnitude of 8.7 that occurred off the southeast coast of Chemkacha, Russia. Remain out of the water. The community is advised to move inland, away from the beaches. What to expect? Based on available data from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, a tsunami advisory remains in effect for Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan. Based on all available data, there is a threat of sea level fluctuations and strong ocean currents that could be hazardous along beaches, in harbors, and in coastal waters. Potential wave impacts could be 1 to 3 feet in coastal areas with strong currents. And think again, back to 2011, we had some very strong currents in Apra Harbor. Estimated times of arrival for the initial tsunami wave are given below, 251 to 257 for much of Guam over the coming hour. We also have information from the Federated States of Micronesia, the Department of Environment, Climate Change, and Emergency Management. For those of you joining us from the FSM, we are collaborating closely with the disaster coordination offices, the weather service offices, and DECOM. This is their release just a short while ago based on recent information from the respective state-level weather service stations and FSM Department of Environment, Climate Change, and Emergency Management. Hereby inform the general public of the following. The FSM is now under tsunami watch. Tsunami waves reaching 0.3 to 1 meter are possible for coastal areas in Kosrae, Pohnpei, Chuuk, and Yap. At this time, minimal risk is anticipated. However, the public is advised to stay updated through the FSM Department of Department of Environment, Climate Change, and Emergency Management, and your respective state-level disaster offices and weather service offices. So stay tuned for more information from DECOM and the DCOs across the Federated States of Micronesia. We also have this update from Calvo Select Care on Guam. Closure notice due to tsunami advisory. Due to the current tsunami advisory in effect, we are temporarily closing for the safety of our staff and customers. We will reopen as soon as it is deemed safe to do so by local authorities and emergency management. So again, just to wrap this up, there's a lot of information processing through here. Just got this release from D. Cruz at the Coast Guard. Let me see. U.S. Coast Guard Captain of the Port sets Guam and Tsunami ports to heavy weather condition Yankee amid tsunami advisory. So just now from the Coast Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard Captain of the Port and the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands ports to heavy weather condition Yankee on Wednesday, July 30th as of 11:30 a.m., affecting commercial vessels at or over 200 gross tons in response to a tsunami advisory triggered by a major earthquake off the Russia Peninsula. Captain of the Port is actively communicating with the port partners to ensure safety of the port and facilitate a smooth resumption of commerce following the event. So we're going to be watching this thing as we progress through the next hour. We'll probably have an updated bulletin from the Tsunami Warning Center very shortly. You had a question, Brendan?
Yes, we've seen some questions coming up in the chat. Thanks for sending those questions in. But if we're looking at a tsunami of 1 to 3 feet, what's the significance of the 1 to 3 foot tsunami, since typically we have surf of 4, 5, 6 feet on any given day?
Yeah, unlike the wind waves where we have the surf, the wind waves are shallow, they're at the surface of the water. Those waves come onshore and they quickly recede. The tsunami waves go through the whole column of the ocean, going from the surface all the way down to the seafloor. And so that's a lot of energy coming right into the shoreline. And those waves will come in almost like a storm surge before they start to recede.
Another question. Compared to tsunamis that we've seen in the past around Hawaii, around Japan, is Guam or the Marianas protected from tsunamis because of the Marianas Trench?
Yeah, we get that question a lot, that the trench keeps us safe from tsunami. Well, unfortunately, the trench for us, the Marianas Trench, that's actually a tsunami source. If we were to have a very large earthquake, and that is an earthquake zone, if we had a large earthquake in the Marianas Trench, that would be a local source for tsunamis that could potentially reach our shore in 10 minutes or so. And so the trench doesn't protect us, but we do have mitigating factors, and that's that seafloor. We have that steep drop off of the seafloor around the islands. That does help mitigate us, so we're not going to see a massive buildup of a tsunami wave as what was seen in Indonesia in 2004 or Japan in 2011, but we can definitely see some tsunami impacts.
Regarding ships and boats out to sea, are they safe? Are they okay in the open waters?
Yeah, once you get offshore, we're talking about maybe a half mile, even a mile offshore. Once you get into those deeper waters, you're going to be in much safer waters. We want people to be away from the coastal areas, away from the shallower waters. That's where you're going to have your most major wave impacts, your strongest currents. For example, right at the Apple Harbor, the mouth of the Apple Harbor, any of those pinch points in the harbor, the inner harbor, that's where your currents are going to be most intense. So if you can't get out of the harbor, one of the safer areas to be in Apple Harbor is right there in the middle of the open harbor. But preferably, if you have time, and we have about 40 minutes until the first wave possibly arrives, is the best bet to get outside into the deeper waters.
For folks around the islands, who are most at risk for seeing impacts? Are onshore, the beaches, villages? How about Dededo, Jigo, Capitol Hill, Saipan?
Yeah, when we talk about a tsunami advisory to Guam, Roatan, and Saipan, or any island for that matter, we're not talking about a tsunami threat to the entire island. If you're up at Kmart here on Guam, you're fine. If you're at the Royal Orchid Hotel in Tumon, you're fine. But if you're near the Hyatt Hotel or somewhere right along the coast, that's where we're most concerned about for people being close to the waters. Again, if we're looking at a tsunami warning, we're expecting much larger waves. But for a tsunami advisory, this is going to be much smaller, more minor impacts. So really, we're talking about people getting out of the water, off the beaches, because as we go to low tide, if we see a 2 to 3 foot wave come through the islands, we'll probably go quickly to the top of our high tide watermark. So where the beaches on Tumon typically disappear during high tide, especially during a king tide event, that's about what we're going to be seeing if we have a 2 to 3 foot wave come through.
All right, we may or may not rejoin them after we go to the CBS News, because we're going to reset and officially start the bright side right here on Wave 105 with Issa and I. So don't go anywhere. We are KGUM FM in Dededo, Guam.
This is CBS News on the Hour.